to our online class. I hope you are fine at home by the grace of Almighty Allah. Dear students, at first I am going to take you to the board. Have a look on the board. We see that there are some photographs of different types of disasters, such as the photograph is of landslide, it is of tsunami, it is of earthquake, and the photograph is of fire accident. Already you have understood that what I am going to teach you today. Yes, today I am going to teach you chapter 8, lesson 1 to 5. Our today's topic is the disasters in Bangladesh. Dear students, so get ready to do the class attentively. After doing the class, you will be able to answer these questions. Question number 1. What do you mean by global warming? 2. What are the causes of global warming? 3. How many kinds of disasters? And 4. Briefly discuss on different types of disasters. So at first you will have to understand about global warming. What is global warming? Now write in your copy. The increasing heat in the globe due to greenhouse gases is called global warming. I am telling you again, the increasing heat in the globe due to greenhouse gases is called global warming. So dear students, we find that there are some causes of global warming. That's the emitting of greenhouse gases. So you will have to understand about greenhouse gases also. Dear students, greenhouse gases work as heat maximizer in the globe. It creates a kind of covering or shield around the globe. This layer absorbs heat from the sun and then scatters it on the surface of the globe. Thus the heat of the world increases. This increasing heat is called global warming. Due to this problem, the air and the earth are getting warmer gradually and the sea surface is going up. Dear students, now I am going to teach you the causes of the global warming. Already you have understood that what is the main cause of global warming? Yes, greenhouse gases, the emitting of greenhouse gases. You know that oxygen and nitrogen are the main gases in the air. Besides this, some less important gases are also existed in the air, such as carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, vapor and ozone gas, etc. These less important gases are called greenhouse gases. Except this, some other gases also greenhouse gas, like that halon, chlorofluorocarbon, hydrochlorofluorocarbon, etc. These are man-made gases. So we have found that there are two types of greenhouse gases. Some are natural gases and some are man-made gases. Now write in your copy. Carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, ozone gases. These are the natural gases, which are the main cause of global warming. And we see some another gases that are chlorofluorocarbon, that is CFC. CFC stands for chlorofluorocarbon. HCFC, which stands for hydrochlorofluorocarbon, and halon. These are man-made gases. And all of these are harmful for our environment. So we will have to reduce the emitting of these natural greenhouse gases and these man-made greenhouse gases also. If we can reduce the emitting of this type of gases, then we can keep our environment healthy. We see that the developed countries of the world are destroying ecology by their increasingly high use of fossil fuel. Many of these countries are using nuclear plants that produce huge waste. This waste also increases greenhouse gas. Dear students, the oceans are compared to the lungs of the human body. They have significant roles in controlling water temperature. But they are gradually getting polluted as radioactive waste is thrown there. It pollutes vapors that mix up with the air and increases water temperature. Though Bangladesh is a small country, once Bangladesh had many rivers, ponds, canals, marshlands, etc. They had vital roles in controlling temperature. Currently, many of them are either dried up or truly filled up. Many of them are used for waste discharge. Thus, rivers are being abused in many developing countries that also result in global warming. So, we see that both developed countries and developing countries, both are liable for emitting greenhouse gases. Both are liable for increasing global warming. Deforestation is another important factor to increase global temperature. We know that the green trees take in carbon dioxide from the environment and leave oxygen in the environment. But due to massive deforestation, the amount of oxygen is getting minimized and the amount of carbon dioxide is getting maximized. It is true that the present world is getting urbanized rapidly. People are rushing to cities and towns for work. Therefore, cities are getting overburdened with extra population. This huge population needs extra vehicles too. Dear students, if ozone layer is perforated due to the increase of different types of greenhouse gases, then ultraviolet rays from the sun can fall into the globe directly. So it is very much harmful for our environment and our health also. It can cause of different types of diseases such as asthma, cancer, scabies, etc. So we will have to reduce the emitting of greenhouse gases. In addition, artificial irrigation, use of nitrogen, fertilizers and pesticides in agriculture have roles in damaging ozone layer, which ultimately contribute to global warming. I hope all of you have understood about the causes of global warming. Dear students, the global warming is the main cause of different types of disasters. Now, I am going to teach you about the concept and kinds of disaster. What is disaster? When any natural or man-made situation becomes unnatural and intolerable, and as a result of which crops, assets and life are destroyed and environment is damaged, is called disaster. Dear students, we see that there are two types of disasters. Some disasters are man-made and some disasters are natural. The man-made disasters are war, communal riot, fire, etc. And the natural disasters are cyclone, wildfire, earthquake, tsunami, landslide, flood, tornado, etc. There are some differences between natural disasters and man-made disasters. Natural disasters take place suddenly and human beings are generally helpless there. On the other hand, we see that man-made disasters are result of some activities done by them. So, we can avoid them and save ourselves from their adverse effect of man-made disasters by being conscious and careful. Dear students, in your previous class, you have learned about some natural disasters such as tornado, cyclone, flood, river erosion, etc. In this class, you will have to learn only 4 natural disasters. That are earthquake, tsunami, landslide or landfall, and fire. Now, I am going to discuss on earthquake. Now, have a look on the board. This is a photograph of earthquake. We see that some rifts on the road due to earthquake. Dear students, earthquake is a very much dangerous disaster. Among all the natural disasters of the world, earthquake causes mass havoc within a very short time. No advance news can be conveyed about earthquake. It turns a whole area into debris with a shape or some before human beings knowing about it. Dear students, generally massive, moderate and mild earthquake may occur several times at the same place. We have found there are 3 types of earthquake, that are massive, moderate and mild. Try to keep in your mind. Now have a look on the board. What is earthquake actually? Vibrating the earth crust due to the collision of tectonic plates is called earthquake. I am telling you again. Vibrating the earth crust due to collision of tectonic plates is called earthquake. Dear students, there was a mild earthquake attacked in our country on 18th September 2011. The quake attacked in Sylhet and Chattogram. Our Sylhet and Chattogram are very much earthquake-prone regions in our country. Dear students, there are some of most risky earthquake-prone regions in the world. That are Mexico, Iran, China, Chile and Japan. We see that all these countries are near to the Pacific Ocean. Now, I am going to discuss on the tsunami. This is another kind of earthquake, another kind of natural disaster which is held under the bottom of the water surface. Dear students, there is a photograph of a tsunami. We see that the huge wave of the sea are coming towards the coastal area. And tsunami may cause havoc destruction. Dear students, tsunami is a Japanese word which means waves of the seashore. I am telling you again, tsunami means waves of the seashore. If there is any movement at the seabed due to earthquake or volcanic eruption or any other reasons, massive waves drive on the coastal bed with strong current ranging from 800 to 1300 km per hour. Due to tsunami, the water of the sea turns into tidal bore. Tidal bore, that means high tide. As a result, within a very short time, houses, buildings, roads and railways or other communications, electricity or business centers can be completely destroyed. That we have seen in this photograph. Now, I am going to discuss on another type of disaster, which is landslide or landfall. What is landslide? The sudden fall of a mass of earth from a hill or mountain is called landslide or landfall. Dear students, have a look on the board. This is a photograph of a landslide. We see that the houses which are situated beside the hill or are buried due to a landslide. This is a very much dangerous disaster which is occurring now and then in our country. Dear students, there are some causes of landslide. What are they? massive deforestation, leveling of hills, intensive rain, long-term rain, etc. So, it is obviously said that landslide or landfall is a natural disaster. Now I am going to discuss on fire. It is another type of disaster. Dear students, we see that there are two types of fire accident can be occurred. Number one, man-made fire accident, and number two, wildfire. Fire may take place as a natural disaster as well as disaster caused by carelessness or an accident. Sometimes fire takes place at forest in many countries because of immense heat. It is called wildfire. It destroys forest resources as well as biodiversity also. Dear students, all types of flora and fauna living together with ecological balance is called biodiversity, and wildfire damages biodiversity. But wildfire cannot take place in our country, so we do not consider fire as a natural disaster. That means all types of fire accident which occur in our country are man-made disasters, and we can reduce this type of accidents by our farsightedness and consciousness. Dear students, fire accident usually takes place in mills and factories, oil refineries, chemical godowns, jute mills, residential buildings, shops, offices and commercial areas. Recently, the fire caused from a chemical godown at Nimtoli, which is situated at our old Dhaka city. Dear students, many people have turned to hypnosis as a consequence of it. It is to note here that both rural and urban areas, lack of consciousness is a prime factor for the fire, and often the sources of fire are burning ovens, lamps, mosquito coils, cigarettes, etc. So, we will have to be conscious to reduce this type of accident by our farsightedness, by our consciousness. I hope all of you have understood about the four disasters that are earthquake, tsunami, landslide or landfall and fire. Dear students, in this class you have learned about greenhouse gases, global warming, kinds of disasters and different types of disasters. I hope all of you have understood the today's topic. If you have any question, you can ask me through the comment. Dear students, that's all for the class. See you again in the next class. Thank you. Allah.